about the Showmance.
Let's talk about the Showmance.
Non-sexual language, yes.
Non-sexual language.
Theater is not therapy.
It's Broadway, bitch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's Broadway, Bitch. It's me. It's Casey. Season 3. We're rocking. We're rolling. I am so excited for this, guys. Okay, this is... I don't even think I knew that this... I mean, obviously, this is a position that exists, but I have never thought that I'd get to ask questions and talk to somebody who does this for work. My guest is an intimacy and sensitivity specialist who's worked on literally, if you've seen a show on Broadway, she has done it. Currently on Broadway, we've got Proof, Jellicle Ball, Ragtime, Rocky Horror, The Outsiders. She also did Wild Party that was just at City Center, and so many more. I can't even name them. We've got Ann James today.
Yes, I'm here. I am present. I am ready.
I love it. Okay, and I know we were just kind of talking before we started rolling, but you literally are so busy. We've had to reschedule. One time my kid was sick, and then the other time you're like, I'm working on 10 productions right now. So like my schedule is cuckoo. How 10 productions?
I have the blessing of being able to be an independent creative.
Sure.
And that means that I can schedule my time to fold everybody into the batter. So it really is a dance with my calendar. I would show you all, but literally it's just every day is full.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
10 that's not nothing. And obviously, like, you've been doing this for the past, because you were a director for 30 years.
Correct.
And then you've kind of stepped into this, like, really, like, niche that you've kind of carved for yourself, because you coined the term easy for me to say, sensitivity specialist.
That's right.
So, like, this is something that you're like, I see the need, I see a business, I'm going to make it happen.
Right. And, it's all because of those 30 years of being in theater. Actually, it's more like 40. But, and learning every aspect of the craft. I mean,
sure.
I started as a ballet dancer when I was small. Thanks, Mom, for that. That got me into the rigor and the discipline of what it means to be a live performance person.
Yeah.
Then I started acting. Then I started directing in college. And then I started producing. And then I was an artistic director. And then I moved to Sudan and was a theater teacher in Khartoum for 2.5 years. Then I ran a burlesque company in Amsterdam. Then I led a theater company in Shanghai. And when I was coming back in 2018, after being away for a while, I've landed in this industry called intimacy because I wanted to kind of zhuzh my directing.
Sure.
And I thought this would be an interesting place to kind of develop skill and language for this new thing called intimacy. And then for some reason catapulted to the top of that industry.
Number one.
Ended up doing a lot of television and film. I was living in LA, but kept getting gigs in New York. And so this 30-year career has culminated in me knowing a lot of shit about what people in different departments go through.
Yeah.
Which creates this kind of place of understanding around sensitivity, not only as an actor, also a dancer, also a director. Directors, you deserve sensitivity too. Producers, my God. They're burning the candle at both ends.
I bet.
So it gives me a kind of an interesting perspective.
Because what I was like kind of learning about it, and I have so many questions about both kind of levels of the intimacy and the sensitivity thing, because they go hand in hand, but they are different to where like the intimacy is kind of that, and the sensitivity is kind of just making sure everyone's okay.
That's right.
Making sure that everybody is consenting to everything that's going on. It's not like... I mean, I wouldn't call it it's not like an HR thing because it's kind of deeper than that.
No.
But it's definitely like, are you there every day when you're working on a production? Like,
I'm not there every day. And let's dig down into the HR of it all.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the HR traditionally is an engine that is basically for the production of the institution, which I love.
Yeah.
We're making sure everybody feels that they are working within the EEOC. as much as there is one anymore.
Right.
Making sure that the institution is protected for all kinds of areas of discomfort that may come up.
Right.
As a sensitivity specialist, I am looking at the whole picture. I do not work for an institution. I am hired as a consultant.
Yeah.
And so I have the opportunity to kind of reflect what is happening in the departments to the institution.
Sure.
But I am looking at the protection of the whole as
Everything.
much as possible that a human could do, because perfection is a myth.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all trying to do our best
Every day.
every day
Every minute.
in
of
an
every day.
industry that is based on oppression. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And scene.
And that's the thought period at the end. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to work within those confines, and then to also then have this product that needs to please 85 million different people, from the money to the audience to this to the people on TikTok and Reddit to the people that don't even live in New York that are judging
Because everybody
this.
got an opinion
Isn't that crazy?
about the hard work that we do.
Isn't it crazy? I love social media for so many reasons, but my gosh, does everybody say, I'm going to say what I think,
Right.
and it's going to matter? And it's like, not necessarily.
Not necessarily, sir.
Yeah.
But also what I will say is that we can't ignore social media anymore.
We cannot. I mean, we're watching shows. We're watching shows collapse because someone on TikTok went, oh, well, I didn't think finding, or what is that? What is the one that it just took down? It just took down. And Romy and Michelle. I feel like it took it down in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And that looked like a really fun thing. And it was like one TikTok was like, I don't think so. And people were like,
Boo.
Without even seeing it.
The outrage. I
The
mean,
nerve.
and here's the
How
thing.
dare you?
How dare you? I mean, producers, God love them. They are a part of this system, and they go out and they raise funds and they gather support around this beautiful little, embryo of a thing. And, to have it torn down after all that work must be devastating. And we just, part of the work that I'm interested in doing on an institutional level is creating prepared rooms, not to brace for social media, but to embrace social media.
We have to.
We have to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very interested in branching out to that, maybe into that, maybe expanding my practice into those areas on an institutional level.
I mean, that seems brilliant. It seems like, hey, this is going to happen, and here's kind of like how we work with it. I mean, like, absolutely. Yeah. That's just another layer.
Yeah.
That's a really great idea.
Yeah.
To be like, listen, we don't have to plant, bootlegs, but they're going to happen. And how are we going to like
enthusiastically and joyfully walk with that?
Yes.
A lot of what I try to do in rooms is help people realize that emotional intelligence is the only way to go.
Yeah, I read that a lot on your thing about it's bringing forward the emotional intelligence an actor needs in order to perform the feelings and choices a character makes. So how break that down for me.
Get into it.
Let's get into it. Break it down for me using the emotional intelligence in order to perform the feelings.
Yeah. So
Tell me.
basically there's self-awareness, there's social awareness, there's empathy, there's motivation, and there's regulation. So those are the 5 components of emotional
Those are the
intelligence.
tenets, right? That you talk
Yes.
about? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we talk about what it takes to be self-aware. Most people walk through life not being aware of themselves and the impact that they have in rooms.
Especially in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, subway.
Hello.
If you stand in front of a door, people can't walk
Excuse
through
me.
that door.
Right. Why do I have to, socially wake you up in order for you to be aware?
Insanity.
Because we're in these small little boxes and with our earbuds in, and our technology right now creates a space where we don't necessarily have to be self-aware.
Yeah.
So getting back to self-awareness, and then adding on to that, social awareness. How do you show up in rooms and how can you be a part of the community? So one of the first things I do with a cast, if I have the time to do so, is to talk about a community agreement. Who are we and what are our values as a community?
Like, how are we showing up for each other in this room?
How are we showing up for
Yeah.
each other in this room?
Yeah.
Prime example, I'm going to shout out Sam Pinkleton,
Yeah.
Pinkleton Pinks, offered me an opportunity to work with his cast of Rocky Horror Show
Okay.
on community agreements. And the amount of shock and awe that 1 hour engendered in the cast got them to a place of so much social awareness and care.
What did you do?
We just talked about what our values were as a community. What do we want? How do we want to float through this material?
So you bring kind of like a common goal.
Common goals.
A common vibe, a common goal. This is what we're all striving for. So at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, it comes back to this.
Did we do this?
You know what? I just got chill. It feels like it's such a basic thing that it's like, why isn't that in every room, in every job? Why aren't we doing this in every fucking room? Pardon me. Every fucking room that we walk into.
Correct.
We should be being like, one goal. All of us, same team, one goal.
Correct. Because
That's insane.
much like, I've worked at MCC a lot, and
Yeah.
MCC has a beautiful set of values for the staff.
Sure.
And values for how they work in community with companies. But what I say is, why don't we get into it even on a more cellular level?
Yeah.
And ask the actual people that are in the cast and crew what their values are as a community. So that it's kind of this place of sacred space where we know we're doing our work if everybody can leave this situation that we did today
Yeah.
in a closure practice, in a practice of enthusiasm and joy, in a practice of what were the great takeaways today? What do I need to work on
Highs and
today?
lows.
Highs and lows.
Highs and lows. That's what we do at the dinner table with my kids. Highs and lows.
I love that. I love that. I
Highs and
hope that
lows.
they come into the drama world.
Me
and,
too. I mean, they're very dramatic. So
but
it
yeah.
might happen.
I love that. But yeah, it's really important. So, then you have social awareness, then you have empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Empathy is being able to understand and sit with and hold space for one another,
Yeah.
for the bumpy parts.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't have empathy for one another, then why the fuck are we doing this?
Why are we doing this?
Thanks. Okay, back to you.
Okay.
Um,
yeah, but it's true. And empathy's hard to
Beat in the
teach.
mic. Yeah, it's hard to teach because you have to feel it.
You must feel.
And theater is not therapy. So I'm not talking about sympathy
Yeah.
and therapy sessions
Yeah.
within the work, because we have to have rigor.
Yeah.
We have to get about the work of building shows.
Yeah.
But to be able to do that with empathy and understand, hey, can I get a little bit of whoop whoop because I got pushed on the subway today
Everybody's
and
got
I'm
a
feeling
story.
a little low.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little low. I'm not asking you to commiserate with me. I'm just asking you to understand that I might be a little sticky today. I'm going to shake it off because I'm self-aware. But I just need you to just give me a little bit of extra today because this happens.
Yeah. If I snap, take a breath, just know.
Yeah,
I'm
if I snap, I might need
give
to
me 5
take
minutes.
a freaking second.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not going to ruin the rehearsal process if we pause for people.
And this is where you come in and I have so many questions about it because it's like, are you working with the group as a whole or are you doing also individual stuff as well? Or is it kind of like, and at what point of a production do you come in?
It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of column A,
a little
a
column
little
B.
bit of column B. Egg rolls for 6. If you look at it in a big picture, I come in, I do community work at the beginning of the process as close as possible to the meet and greet, which is where everybody
At the beginning.
gets together
Yeah.
and we meet and we introduce one another. And then that day at table, I usually get an hour or so to talk about community agreements. Okay, so
Okay.
that sets them off. And then I go away. Bye-bye.
See you later.
And then I go do that for several other shows, right?
10 other productions.
Right. And then I come back during the rehearsal process, and I'm there. I'm present as the content unfolds on the cast. I might set up one-on-ones through stage management
Sure.
to talk to some of the players who have content that might rub up against their consent, might rub up against their boundaries.
Yeah.
Not to kind of pull them into situations that they're not comfortable with, but to kind of break down the pathway into that content that is specific and bespoke to that person.
Yeah.
So those one-on-ones happen. And then I'll come back and, do a designer run and watch and note with the director how that vision is coming through, and are they feeling like their vision of the playwright's work, of the written work, is being satisfied. Sometimes I talk to front of house about how the content warnings could be written.
Oh.
So I'm really available for how we prepare an audience's regulation, which
To
is
watch.
another part of the emotional intelligence diaspora, to make sure that people can regulate themselves, or that they are prepared to take on the content in a way that is artful and not trauma-based.
Right, because it feels a little like this is something I was trying to find. When I was reading all about it, it seems it's like we're getting people to be able to tap into trauma essentially without taking it home.
Yes.
And that's kind of like where part of the sensitivity is, like, go there, but then let it go.
Come on back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, we've heard of stories of people going there and not coming back. So it seems as though this is nice to have something emotionally in place to be like, if you need help getting back to baseline, I'm here.
Look, mental health is not, in my mind, one of the things we prioritize in this institution.
In any
this
institution.
industry. Mental health is not a thing.
I mean,
Okay?
there's still so many people that grew up with people that said it wasn't real, and there's people aren't believed, and it's like, and also, I get now it's like everybody's kind of like, I think I have this, that, and that, and that, and it's like, well, yeah, probably because you probably had years wondering if you were okay.
Correct.
When, like, if somebody was like, let's just delve into this when you told me about it first,
Right.
then we could kind of work through it,
Yeah.
So we're all like, we've all have just like 20 years of people being like, you're normal.
You're
Me
fine.
being like, I think I have severe OCD.
No, you're fine. You're great. Hear the script.
Being told we're fine.
Yes.
Yes.
And I mean, and that is one of the things. I mean, we cannot help the fact that we are in a capitalist society. We live in a capitalist
Broadway's
society.
capitalist. We're all capitalists.
Businesses take priority over individuals. This is the way the system works. Okay, fine, great.
Yeah.
So, how can we give people processes like de-rolling that help them tell the story of the American tapestry, or tell the story of the human tapestry with their body, mind, and spirit, and then be able to come back to a grounded place so that they can walk across the street in New York City? De-rolling.
De-rolling. Getting out of roll.
Getting out of role, finding ways to cool down, finding ways to self-comfort if that is necessary, finding ways to become enthusiastic and joyful about the process and about the journey that they've been on that night or that day, how to get back to zero between shows. Because we want the second show to be just as powerful as the first.
And you can't start at 100. You got to go back down.
Correct. I mean, we could talk about endocrine system. We could talk about adrenals. We can talk about dopamine. We could talk about all those things that need to be replenished. But I think that's maybe chapter 2 of what this is.
But it is like, I just think we don't give ourselves enough credit for all the shit that happens to us.
We're the only industry where, well, I'm speaking for actors.
Yes.
We're the only people whose emotional health is a commodity
Yeah.
because we take ourselves, let's talk about the human brain for a second.
Let's do it.
As actors, there is a special pocket that actors develop through acting that lets their personality step to the side and allow a whole ass other personality, or if a person is playing multiple roles in a show, we haven't even talked about that, pushes the pocket of the personality and identity to the side to allow this personality to come in. In other words, the brain doesn't know that the things that are happening on stage are not real.
Sure. Yeah.
So think about a Josh Henry, who is one of the most dynamic, beautiful people.
I think about Josh Henry all the time.
We all
He's
do.
He's incredible.
We all do. But just as a prime example, and not to get into a non-consensual space, but this human being is doing incredible content work in a place that is so ridden with generational trauma, ancestral trauma, social trauma, all the things. Yeah. And he's playing it night and night and night and night.
It's a lot.
Again, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I know for a fact that this person has a process. I know that they have a process, and it's a very sacred place. So I'm not going to go in there.
Sure.
Probably because I don't know what it is. I just know that he has one, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah.
Because what he is delivering for audiences night after night after night is something truly remarkable and something that truly has to be crafted.
Yeah.
And protected.
Yeah.
So that
because he's also a
is
father.
safe.
Like he needs to go
he's
home
a father.
and be a father.
He's got
and
kiddos.
A husband. Yes.
Yeah, and a partner.
Yeah.
And that has to show up and be there for family as well.
It's so much work. I think people don't understand how that aspect of like acting and the arts in general is that like you turn it on, but it's a process turning it off to also just be a real person, and like how, and like the repetitiveness, it's fucking crazy. Like even just as a comic, like saying the same thing, like do 6 spots in a night, by the end of the night I'm like, am I a person? What do I believe? I don't remember what I believe in anymore because I've just said this story. Is that even like, you get a little bit like when you're doing kind of that repetitiveness, you do feel a little cuckoo. And I think that's so interesting at putting your own personality aside, to become this thing. It also makes me understand why a lot of co-stars end up falling in love, because it's like, who am I? Am I in love with you because I'm acting very in love with you every night? Maybe I'm in love with you. Like, I get why actors probably like marry a lot. And I get why maybe things are, because when you're never yourself, how fucking crazy that must be. How crazy that must be. You have to be so mentally strong. And I don't think I've ever, I mean, I've always been like, it's cuckoo bananas world, but like, you have to be so mentally strong to stay in a lasting relationship forever and to not be insane.
Let's talk about the Showmances.
Let's talk about the Showmances. I mean,
yeah,
it happens. I mean, we know there's very well-known people that have gone and have them every show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's some people, but like, it makes sense on a level where you're like, that maybe there is that crossing of the personality and the thing that's not real.
Look, I am not the love police. Okay? I'm not the love police.
I didn't see it on your website.
Great.
Not one of the things you teach.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But there are instances where, because number one, the schedule is crazed. Oh, yeah. You are literally it's only like with Bachelor. These people.
After a week, you feel like you've known them for your entire life.
So not true. And it just because of the viscous material of what theater is, and we're family, which I hate that term. We are not family. We are coworkers. We are community, but we are not family. There's a big difference.
I like that.
But we're
I like that.
pushed together for so many hours and hours. Not, you go to rehearsals and you rehearse all day and you get off at 6:00, but then previews come and you rehearse all day and then you do the show at night and then you open and then there's kind of this vacuum during your day and you're like, who am I? What do I do? And then you get back to the theater and you find those ways of comfort to be back in the same building over and over. And if you're running over a year, these are the people that you are with. And yes, people come and go, but it's very difficult to set boundaries in those places. And if you are having lip-to-lip contact with one another, which I call kissing, because I separate kissing from lip-to-lip contact. Lip-to-lip contact is for our coworkers. Kissing is for people we actually love.
Okay.
But if you are in lip-to-lip contact with people day in and day out, your body
I see
doesn't
how you're working already to
know.
try to help people distinguish the difference. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I see that little thing of being like lip to lip, so that you keep calling it kissing to someone, they might start to get that confused.
Non-sexual language, yes.
Non-sexual language.
Non-sexual
For intimacy,
language.
it's because we don't think of intimacy as non-sexual because it's very sexual, but like I see it as somebody who has to coach at acting, you have to take the sex out of the sex.
You got to take the sex out of
That's
the sex.
fucking crazy.
You got to do it.
You got to do it
Because the brain starts knitting it together.
Yes.
And the endorphins and the hormones start firing. And then of course you're going to have a showmance because you're lip to lip with that person every night at a specific point.
Looking
and
at
so
them in
your
the
body
eyes.
starts to calibrate. You're right. You're connecting. You're doing your job.
You're
But
doing
our
your
job just happens to be getting almost naked and getting in bed together and doing a scene every night.
That's wild.
So we have to find boundaries. We have to find choreography.
Yes.
We have to find language that keeps it as clear as possible that this is a workplace. And then I will end that with, I'm not the love police. So,
Yeah.
you know,
When you say that to them,
I say I'm not the love police.
I'm not the love police.
But
You're
I'm
lip to
going
lip,
to
you're skin
give
to
you
skin. That's it.
right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the blueprint
Sure.
of making it look and feel sexy to the audience, but you are going to do the same choreography in the same place as much as possible without human breath so that your body can acclimate to this and not all of a sudden one night
Be all
feel a
revved up.
different place on your body being touched, because that's when the body either feels stranger danger and moves you into a traumatic response,
Yes.
or it becomes enamorate. So if we can stay in this lane
Yeah.
for the choreography, the audience is going to gasp and hold hands and, whenever those things
I've done that.
happen, right? But you are showing up and clocking into work. And then there's a process after that happens. Either on stage, you can have a communal D-roll off stage where
Yeah.
you look at each other and maybe you wink with your upstage eye and know, hey coworker,
Yeah.
great job.
Yeah.
Or you find a place at intermission or after the show when you connect with that person and go, great job. All right, let's move on. And there's a high five, or there's a, I encourage people who couple on stage and couple in story to come up with their own handshake that they do that signals to them, job well done. Let's
did
do
it.
it again tomorrow.
Yeah. I
Right?
like that. Have
Yeah.
you ever been working with somebody and you're like, I can already tell this is going to be a hard time for them? Like, I can tell that they might not be able to separate.
Lack of that they're so bonded. Oh, I've seen it happen.
Or like,
Oh.
or that they're gonna be like, they're not gonna be able to treat it as with those boundaries, like not unconsensual, but like you're like, oh, I can tell this person probably is gonna be revved up, or they might, you know what I mean?
In the rehearsal process,
Yeah.
people, we're just all humans humaning.
Yeah.
And there's no shame in exploration of a moment. There's
Sure.
no shame in swinging big
Yeah.
and having the director take a look. I mean, we set up the room for those instances until we get it.
Sure.
When we get it, then we stick to it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes codified or choreographed.
Right.
And then we can, deepen the emotion before and after for the
Sure.
story. We can ask the question and let the audience go down a specific lane that we want to take them on.
Yeah.
Knowing that we're going to be able to come back. We're going to be able to come back as individuals. We're going to be able to come back as a team.
Yeah.
From that. Because that's where the audience is like,
Yes.
oh my God, they had so much chemistry.
Right.
Right?
But
That's
you've also
what we
seen
want.
people without chemistry.
Yes. Yes, I have.
And has it taken a minute to be like, come on, kids?
Everybody behind the table is like,
What did we do? Whoopsie daisy.
who's going to tell them?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Who's going to tell
Do
them?
you have to say that? Do you have to be like, listen, there's nothing happening here. I need you to spark it up. Like, do you have to say it?
I wouldn't say it in those terms. I would
But
say,
essentially.
getting the feedback from the director, we need them to lean in a little further. I use words like that. Okay, can you breathe together here? Can we
Trying to find connection.
Yes, to find connection. Can we have a little more eye contact
Without
here?
being like, what the fuck's going on here?
Right.
Get it
Y'all
together. Does one of you have
hate
stinky
each
breath?
other.
How's it going?
Great. No, I haven't been in situations like that, but I have heard tell of situations where the chemistry is just not there. The thought was there in casting, but for some reason it's just not there.
Right.
Sometimes it's because people are partnered, and that maybe they come in one day after having a little discussion with their partner. About the level of intensity
Maybe
of
their
the
partners in the
intimacy.
show.
Watching,
Lots of stuff can happen.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
we try our best to deliver what the director's vision is for the audience to feel.
Yeah.
While also maintaining the boundaries, which can change for the parties involved.
Yeah. So you are also so you and the director are working in harmony with this. You're like
Correct.
And then okay, wait. So there was this show that just came out, or there was a play called Good Sex. Do you know about this show? You've heard about?
I do.
What? Tell me what your thoughts are.
Okay, I know very a limit.
But
I know limited information.
But it was basically an intimacy coach coaching actors on stage, kind of in the like improving and telling them how to work through a sex scene as a show.
Yeah.
What do you feel about
wackadoodle?
Wackadoodle.
I mean, I think that's wackadoodle.
Yeah.
But also, if you have people who are game, to take on an improvisational intimacy moment, then I think you've got people who are willing. It's consensual.
Sure.
And it seems to be innovative in a way.
Sure.
I did not see any of those performances, but people were texting me. They're like, "Oh my God, Anne, they're gonna," and I'm like, "Okay."
Because it seems like what you do is you're building it up. So to have it kind of all be like crash course feels very different than probably what you are used to. What you are used to seeing work.
Right. And they did have the practice of checking in, from what I heard, allegedly.
Sure. Allegedly, the magic word.
There was a check-in moment before and after, and that it seemed to be interesting for the audience.
Well, because it says it's like they've never met, they've never rehearsed, they've never read the material, and they just have to read it and do a sex scene. Yeah. Wackadoodle.
It's wackadoodle. It's wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle.
Yeah.
Okay, has there ever been like a show where you didn't anticipate intimacy that you got called on to work on, like where they're like, Anne, we need you on SpongeBob. Anne, Margaritaville needs some intimacy.
They need to get after it in the hot tub.
Listen, SpongeBob and Patrick are having a moment. They do love each other.
I've always thought that they did.
They're the Bert and Ernie.
Like
We're gonna get a Bert and Ernie situation with them later on in life.
I feel like
They were like, they weren't roommates.
the expose 20 years from now.
The SpongeBob expose. Yeah. Let's do it. But yeah, have there been shows where you're like, okay?
The first show that I worked on Broadway, actually, Passover, directed by Danya Tamor. Antoinette Nwandu's beautiful play that started I don't think it started as Steppenwolf, but between Steppenwolf and the time it got to Broadway, there was a huge change of the end of the show.
Okay.
So when it came from Steppenwolf, it ended in a very specific way. And when the playwright and Danya collaborated on the Broadway production, they added nudity at the end of the show.
Okay.
So I was brought on out of the blue, first Broadway gig, so happy. I cried, I wept, and came in, restructured the costuming. So there had to be modesty garments. The actors were invited to look at various areas of coverage or various options for coverage, in case they didn't want to go all the way nude but wanted to appear nude.
Sure.
They all ended up being nude, which
Sure.
is a great triumph on my part because
Make it
I
feel
feel like they
comfortable.
were comfortable moving through those modesty garments to a decision to not wear anything. And in service of the play and in service of the director's vision, we ended up with that as the culminating decision for them to be nude. But that play was not that play when it came to Broadway, and then it adjusted and switched into this with the same actors
Right.
to have this completely different ending.
Wow.
Was quite interesting and exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
that's
was
so
cool.
interesting that you mentioned that because I did see like Liberation. And did you work on Liberation?
No, I did not.
But there is nudity in that too. Yeah, you have to have a crazy amount of trust.
Yeah.
I
Those
remember,
ladies.
I remember just thinking about it being like, they're not nude for a short amount of time.
No, they have a whole meeting.
There's a whole. It's a whole. I mean, because when
At
they
a
took our
gym.
phones at the beginning, I was like, okay, and they go, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the same reason why they had to take the phones. Did they end up having to take the phones for Take Me Out because everybody was leaking pictures of?
Well, that was a horrible experience, wasn't it?
I guess we
For
learned though.
humankind.
We guess we learned though.
Like, yeah, we
That we are
learned that
not grown
quick
up enough.
lesson. Yeah, we, to have that happen to a performer,
Bummer.
such a bummer. Like humans.
But here's the thing though that I'm going to ask you. It's kind of something that we talked about before. It did drum up a lot of people wanting to see the show.
I mean, we can't be too mad about that.
So it's like where it was.
Sorry for blowing out the mic. Sorry about that.
No, but it was a very non-consensual thing. Obviously, a very vulnerable moment for an actor on stage to be naked.
Yeah.
To have it filmed, but then everybody was like,
I want to see
I
that.
want to see that.
Yeah. So
Ugh,
yes,
what
there
a-
it is.
yes.
It is.
It's a hard line to walk, I guess. But I mean, not for you as the person to be like, this is. I know bottom line not okay. But then, like you said, kind of if you're a production, kind of having to be like, Jesse, is it okay that we lean into it?
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you kind of have to embrace it
You
and lean
must.
into it.
Yeah.
And there was this Luke Evans is in Rocky Horror
Yes.
Show playing Rocky, and I mean, I'm playing Frankenfurter.
Yeah.
And there was this scuttlebutt on social media about a part of his body that he inherited from his parents. Like you got
Sure.
nothing.
Sure.
It's not your fault at all.
Sure.
And we're embracing that, and he's embracing that, and we're rolling with that as a community. And this idea of body parts and body shaming and
All of it.
ogling and taking a piece of someone with you in digital form
Yeah.
is really a slippery slope about what we're doing to honor, protect, and celebrate bodies
Sure.
in our space.
Sure.
Cats the Jellicle Ball has a beautiful segment of the show. If for those of you who don't know, Cats the Jellicle Ball is a rebirth of Cats, the musical, Andrew Lloyd Webber's masterpiece, and we have set it in the ballroom world, primarily black and brown bodies in Harlem that created this ballroom culture. Pose, the show, is based on that. There's a beautiful film, go see it, Paris is Burning, which stars one of the legends in the show, Junior LaBeija. And there's a segment of balls called Body Section, and it celebrates all different types of bodies. So we, Jalen and Bill, let's be fair, and their creative team included this body section so that we can celebrate all bodies and what they can do and how sexy they can all be and alluring and attractive. And I really appreciate that. And I think that the more we have of that in our biosphere of theater, the appreciation of all bodies, and all abilities and all neurodiversity, we're all humaning, and we should all be celebrated. None of us should be exploited. And, we're all in this together.
Yeah. Community. I know. It's like, it feels like we're scratching this. We're nowhere near where it should be, but it does feel like small shift. Little shifts here and there. I mean, it feels like we'll go back, we go forward. It feels like it's rocking back and forth. I mean, you see a lot more than I do, I'm sure, behind the scenes too, hearing these conversations, and I'm sure you're kind of like, yeah, that's what you think. But it seems like some things are happening, maybe.
I'm going to say it here.
I want to believe.
I'm going to say it here first. Yes, and let's make institutional risk sexy again.
Let's do it.
That's my t-shirt. We have to be able to take risks and not put the risk on the back of the artists.
I know.
That come and go.
I know.
But to actually lay into institutions, Broadway, if we want to lay into nonprofit huge theaters, if we want to lay into touring, if we want to lay into regional theater, community theater, let's make institutional risk sexy again. Protect your people and shoot for the moon.
And James, I get why you're number one. I see it. I've been with you for an hour and I'm in. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I am in. I am all in on Ann James. You're a delight. I have one final question for you.
Okay, let's go.
This has been so wonderful, and I feel like you have so much. I feel like there is like a million other things that you could fucking talk about.
Not a lie.
But you have kept it professional and funny and amazing. But if you yourself could describe yourself in a by the title of a play or a musical, what are you? What are you?
By the title of a play
or a musical. Yeah.
I would say I'm a dream girl.
You're a dream girl. I love that.
I believe in dreams, and I'm living my dream every day.
I mean, you're doing it. You have a whole you're teaching. You have a whole you have people under you. You're like you are the top of this. Octopus is not the right word, but that's the word I came up with.
Sometimes I think it is.
You're the top, you're the head, and you've got these tentacles, and you're in everything, and you've got people now under you, branching out to social media, which I think is a brilliant, brilliant idea. But you're the go-to, and it's amazing because it does seem like a very cool thing. But did I just also see that you're about to direct something again?
I just finished directing a reading of a beautiful play, Carol Chapek's, not R.U.R., The White Plague. I did that at the Public Theater. It was beautiful.
Amazing.
I am looking into some more directing coming up. You heard it here first.
There she goes.
Very excited about that.
Yay.
And also, you mentioned my associates that I'm training to be sensitivity specialists.
Yeah.
I'm on the second cohort of that.
Look at that.
And very, very excited to bring this out into the country.
The country.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah.
And I love that you're working with colleges because I think we definitely need some consent there.
Yeah.
We definitely need some consent with the young folks.
That's
okay?
a word.
We're learning it. And James, how can people see you, support you, follow you?
Check out Ann James and Associates. That's where the little hub of everything that I do is. We are looking for a national advisory board. So if you're
Okay.
interested in coming on board and finding out what we do,
Yeah.
just shoot us an email. Yeah, I'm going to be starting on Heated Rivalry.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
I just
am.
got chills.
Ah!
Heated Rivalry, the parody musical.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
I-
And I'm so excited
I wanna
about
see
it.
so bad.
Yeah, you do. And on the flip side,
Uh-huh.
Girl Interrupted.
I just got my tickets to that.
Ah!
I'm already going there.
Boom.
I'm doing it.
It's beautiful.
I've heard.
A play with music.
No, I've heard it's like gonna be the thing.
It's the thing. It's
the thing.
gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're very excited. Follow and James, follow the podcast. It's Broadway Bitch. Follow producer Mike. It's Big Man Mike. Like, subscribe. Bye.
Bye.